Welcome to Animals at Work, the show that's got everything. Well, mostly animals at work. All over the planet, there are millions of animals that have jobs. This is the show that brings you the funniest, coolest, and most bizarre Animals at Work. Don't go anywhere, it's gonna be wild. Coming up. May, the brave orphan otter, needs to learn to be a Binman to be accepted by the otter clan. We meet a very unusual ranch manager. And the Fanimals work out which of these amazing animals have a hidden talent. But now it's showtime! I got pineapple cubes. I know you really like them. Look. Hi everybody, I'm John Barrowman and welcome to the show. Get ready to meet another extraordinary animal at work. Our first incredible animal at work is in Singapore in Southeast Asia. Meet May, a brave otter who's faced up to a lot in her short life. At only a few weeks old, May suffered devastating tragedy when she lost her mom.
Everybody hurts sometimes.
Being orphaned is a potentially deadly situation for a baby otter, as normally they would learn the ability to swim and other key survival skills from their mums.
Come. Good girl. Come here.
Luckily, fate was on baby May's side. One day she was discovered by otter expert Po Shan, and her entire life changed. Po Shan decided to act as May's foster mom and raised her by hand.
I've seen her through every step of her life. I've seen her open up her eyes, teaching her how to swim, basically being a mother to her.
Under the loving guidance of Po Shan, May's come a long way.
May has a very great personality, not to mention that she is really, really adorable. People get a sense of connection with her the first time they see her.
Adorable as she is, May can be a little cheeky when it comes to treats.
No!
May has grown up quickly, and with her second birthday just gone, she's old enough to start a job with the other otters at her zoo as a Binman. The Singapore Zoo Binmen are a crack team of otters who teach people how to help save the planet with their very own recycling show. These clever otters perform in a nightly show in front of a crowd, sorting through rubbish, separating the paper, plastic, and metal, then dropping them into the right recycling bin. The otters' hands, or forepaws, make them perfect for their recycling jobs.
They are known to have dexterous fingers. They are very flexible. They are very good with their hands.
Clearly, this is more than just a job. It's also a very important message.
The kids in the audience get the message of recycling when the otters does it. So that's why we have the otters as the ambassador to the recycling.
Like all otters, May dreams of a career as a Binman, but in her case, becoming part of the team means a lot more. It's nothing less than her whole future. Otters are very sociable and thrive in a pack, so it's vital that she joins the resident otter family if she's to live a full, happy life.
Currently, May is housed alone. The reason why is because she hasn't been trained as a recycling otter. To mix a young otter with the rest of the old otters is quite a difficult task because they tend to fight if they don't like each other.
Po Shan hopes that if May can become successful at her job, the other otters will accept her as one of their own and welcome her into their family. And today's May's big chance. The zoo have offered her the opportunity to take part in this evening's show. If May can do a good job and impress the other otters, then her life will be changed. She'll have won herself a full-time job and her very own family. The stakes are really high. But Mei Mei has a lot of work to do. Time is not on her side. The performance is only a few hours away, and Mei Mei has a lot to learn, starting with how to pick up a bottle. It's the biggest day of Mei Mei's life. Can she earn a job and a new family? Later, Mei Mei struggles with her training. Can she learn the skills to win over the Binman Otters? And now the kids who love animals. It's the...
Animals! Yes!
Let's meet the Fanimals, our animal detectives. Faith, Neve, and Yuki. Today the Fanimals have to weed through the facts to find out
what animal would make the best landscape gardener?
The candidates are three magnificent mammals. George the giraffe, Susie the zebra, and Henry the Bactrian camel. To be a landscape gardener, you need to have strength for heavy lifting. You also need to be sure-footed so you don't trample your delicate plants and flowers. And finally, you need to be heat-resistant so you can endure the hot weather outdoors. Who do the Fanimals think might get the job?
I think maybe they could be giraffes because they have long necks.
I think it could be a camel because they won't have to keep having breaks to get a drink.
Whoa, whoa, zip, zip, zip! Don't answer just yet, Fanimals. Let's get the facts. Landscape gardener, candidate number 1, George the giraffe. George and his giraffe mates are the world's tallest land animals. They can reach up to 5.5 meters tall. That's 2 floors. And their neck alone is about 2 meters long.
If giraffes wrap their neck around a tree, they could pull it out.
They are one of the few mammal species able to see color, which could come in handy for garden design. A giraffe's tongue is so clever, they are able to trim even the world's thorniest plants, like the acacia tree, their favorite spiky snack. But could those snacks be too distracting to a gardener? Landscape gardener candidate number 2, Susie the zebra. Susie and the other zebras are crazy for grazing. They graze all day long, which means they keep a garden's grass nice and short.
They're cool because they have like beautiful stripes on them.
Their stripes aren't just beautiful, they're also as unique as a fingerprint. But would that help Susie in the garden?
Not sure then. It's a bit further.
A zebra might make a good co-worker. They're known for their social and communication skills. But there's one quality their fellow gardeners may not appreciate. They've got a deadly kick. It can even seriously harm a lion.
You want to cuddle it? I don't want to cuddle it.
Landscape gardener candidate number 3, Henry the Bactrian camel.
I think camels are cool because they have those bendy backs.
Henry's food bill wouldn't be too much, because camels can go for several months without food, thanks to their humps, which are actually mounds of fat. They can also go for a week without water, but when they do hydrate, they can drink up to 145 liters of water in just 10 minutes. That's quick drinking.
I think it could be a camel because they won't have to keep having breaks to get a drink.
They're not actually like that tall, so they cook that like in big trees and stuff.
There's one soft, padded part of the camel that could make them a good landscape gardener. It's their feet. Camels have feet, not hooves. And feet don't damage grass. Well, our animal detectives have gathered the facts, and it's time to make a decision. Who'd make the best landscape gardener?
We think it's the giraffe.
Let's see if they're right. Yes, they are!
Yay!
While the zebra's constant grazing would keep the grass neat and the camel's soft padded feet would protect the turf, it's George the giraffe who would make the best landscape gardener. And it's all thanks to his incredible tongue, which could actually grasp and hold onto weeds and anything which needs pruning.
His tongue's long and blue.
Giraffes' tongues also have thick, sticky saliva that coats any thorns they may swallow, which would also come in handy when pruning rose bushes. So great work, Fanimals, but until you can hire a giraffe, you're gonna have to take care of the garden yourselves. Now let's head back to Singapore in Southeast Asia. Earlier we met Maymay, the 2-year-old otter who's faced up to one of the biggest hurdles life could have thrown at her. She's an orphan. Now Maymay has reached the most important time in her life. She's been given an opportunity to work with the Singapore Zoo otter Binman, the stars of a daily performance which teaches the value of recycling. For Maymay, this is more than just a job opportunity. If she earns herself a place on the Binman team, then with it, Maymay wins acceptance into their group. And finally, she'll have what she's always wanted, a family.
Nobody said it was easy. No one ever said.
But time isn't on Maymay's side. Her debut show is taking place in only a few hours, and she has a lot to learn. It's time to get down to business. To become a Binman otter, Maymay must be able to obey commands. But that's not a skill all otters can pick up. Maymay needs to prove that she has the ability to learn to do as she's asked.
This is the first step of training, where we teach her how to stay in one spot.
If she can pick this up, then things are looking good. It will indicate that she's likely to take to the rest of her training. But keeping still could be a lot easier than it sounds for an otter who loves to be on the move.
For such an active animal like Maymay, it's quite difficult to get her to stay in one spot.
Ho-Shan uses a special clicker and tasty treats to help train Maymay.
Sounds like a good idea. Let's get to it.
Maymay's keen to get going. She's on the box.
May.
This is a great
May.
start.
May, stay.
But now the hard bit.
Stay.
Will she be able to stay still?
Stay.
Come on, Maymay. Oh no, she's off! The pressure's got to her.
Maymay, come. Maymay, come.
But there's no keeping this otter down. Not when she's got so much riding on it. She's back and ready to have another go.
Stay.
Maymay's determined to pull this off.
Good. Stay.
She's up on the box. Oh, I can hardly stand it. I can't watch.
Good.
Oh, wow, would you look at that? She's cracked it. She's not going anywhere. Great work, Maymay. In the shortest of time, Maymay's proven that she has the ability to follow commands. This is big, and Ho-Shan knows it.
I'm proud of her. I can't stop smiling.
But now it's the final and most important step in Maymay's training. She needs to learn the main part of the otter binman's job, how to recycle rubbish. The otter binmen sort through a variety of bottles, carry them over to the bins, and then drop them into the bin. This is going to be Maymay's biggest challenge yet. Everything's riding on this. Come on, Maymay.
Okay, May, take the bottle.
Here goes.
Maymay.
She's straight over to the bottle. Now she just needs to carry it to the bin. She tries and tries and tries. Oh, but she simply can't do it. Oh, Maymay. Her tiny young paws could be too small. At this rate, there's no way she'll be ready for the show.
She may not be able to make it in time. Now that is probably about 4 hours to the show. Time is really running out.
This is simply terrible. It's awful. If Maymay can't pick up the bottles, then she can't become an otter binman, and any dreams of a happy future with a new family are over. Later, will Maymay find a way to complete her training in time for the show and get a family? Animals work, animals... I'm setting up my own animal employment agency. Yeah. I'm gonna make a fortune! I've been running my own animal employment agency now for a few months, and things are, super. They're super, really super. Listen, I know you asked for a secretary and... All right, I know the snake can't answer phone calls. Okay, so she can't type. But she's really very, very funny. Have you tried asking her a joke? She's hysterical. No sense of humor. I mean, if I'm honest, I guess things aren't going exactly to plan. Look, I know that the bull wasn't the best assistant to work in the china shop, but it was the best I could do on short notice.
I know the crocodile wasn't supposed to eat the toilet, but I need that money. I really need the money, please, please.
Hello? I've decided I might close my animal employment agency for a few weeks. I think I just need a holiday, a bit of a break. Hello? I think you have the wrong number. Bye! As I was saying, I'm gonna go on holiday. Now we're off to El Dorado Hills in California. Welcome to the Grace Foundation Ranch, a relaxing home for animals rescued from bad situations. But with 13 horses, 6 dogs, 4 goats, 3 sheep, plenty of chickens, and some noisy roosters to deal with, the ranch owners need some special help. Which is where this lady comes in. Meet Milkshake, a 2.5-year-old, 1,200-pound ranch manager who certainly has her work cut out.
Milkshake has lots of jobs here, but Milkshake always has a pretty busy schedule.
This ranch manager's duties see her constantly on patrol, making sure everything runs smoothly. Acting as a tour guide.
And don't stand too close, because you know what? She might poop on you.
And that's not all.
Milkshake takes care of the other animals. I think because she is so kind and so quiet, they are drawn to her, and probably because of her size, they feel that she's going to be safe for them. And she seems to know what she's doing on the ranch. The other animals want to follow her.
Milkshake understands the extra care the rescued animals need because for the first 2 years of her life, she was in a bad situation herself.
When we found Milkshake, she was in a tiny pen and she had no shelter. She looked so sad and she was so dirty and she was scared.
Luckily, Milkshake was rescued and her life was changed. But her close relationship with her new human friends was to have an interesting side effect.
We were really the first contact she had with any other living being, and it took her a while to kind of figure it out, but clearly soon she thought she was a human and wanted to be with us all the time.
That's right. Once Milkshake got a taste of human life, she was utterly determined to never be treated like an average cow again.
Oh, give me land, lots of land, and the starry skies above. Don't fence me in.
So, as ranch manager, Milkshake reckons she's got the right to go anywhere her friends can go. And I mean anywhere.
Well, Milkshake's favorite place to follow me is when I'm going to the bathroom. And when I'm in there wanting some private time away from her, she'll go and she'll try and push the door open. She will. And then she'll look under to see, are you still in there? So everybody knows I'm in the bathroom.
But there's a serious side to Milkshake's job. Every day, her schedule squeezes in a VIP visit. And today is an especially busy one, as a huge school group arrives at the ranch.
Okay, guys, how are you today?
Good! First, Milkshake introduces the kids to the other animals, including some very special horses.
Tawny is a 2-year-old, and she was born blind. She also loves to smell.
Next on the schedule, Milkshake and her friend the vet give a little lesson on how animals' bodies work.
Milkshake has a heart that structurally is just like a human heart. And I'll show you where to listen so that you can hear her heart. Come around this
Once
side.
again, Milkshake shows she's all heart.
Put that flat white part right up against her skin.
No one wants to get too close.
Does anybody want to smell Milkshake's breath?
No, thank you. It depends.
How rude. Next, it's over to the classroom. Have you ever had a cow in your classroom? Maybe that's why.
No.
But despite a little bit of misbehavior, Milkshakes once again won more fans.
She's like the friendliest cat on the block.
Everyone should be like Milkshake. She's really nice.
She's unique.
So that's another good job done. And what better way to end a hard day than with a feast? Good on you, Milkshake. You've managed to create one happy ranch. Yeehaw! It's not just today that animals have had jobs. In fact, history reveals that in the past, they've had even more amazing jobs than today. And here are those, history's heroes! Hello, I'm Professor John Bumbleman, animal historian. Over the years, I've written many books and amassed quite a fortune. Oh, excuse me. Hello, John Bumbleman. It's my banker. What? I've got no money left. Oh dear. I'm broke. How embarrassing. Right. Well, let me tell you about some animals who, it would appear, have more money than me. Oh dear. Our first high earner worked in Hollywood in 1939. Harry, a black cane terrier, shot to fame playing Dorothy's beloved pet in the film The Wizard of Oz. Terry did pretty well from her work by earning roughly £75 a week. Great for Terry, but not so great for the human actors who played the Munchkins. They only earned £25 a week. Ouch! Our next wealthy worker didn't start life on the rich list. In 1918, a 5-day-old German Shepherd was rescued from a bombed-out kennel in France by an American soldier. The puppy was named Rin Tin Tin and whisked off to the soldier's home in America. 4 years later, Rin Tin Tin auditioned for a role in a film. The audition went very well. He completed the scene perfectly in only one take and got the job as a doggy actor. Rin Tin Tin was such a success, he went on to star in 25 more movie films, earning thousands and thousands. He was so popular, he received 10,000 letters from adoring fans each week. And even has his own star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Well done, Rin Tin Tin. I don't need a can opener to make you bark. Don't bring my butterfly picture. Oh, if only I had their bank balance. Oh well. Here's a story of a dog literally rolling in it. Our final filthy rich hero is a poodle. In 1931, Toby, a pampered pooch, had the cushy job of just being a pet. But when his owner died, Toby hit the jackpot. He inherited a whopping £15 million, and today that legacy still keeps on giving. Toby's relatives live in luxury with a fortune now worth $30 million. I'll be your puppy dog. Woof, woof. Well, that's it for today's History's Heroes. Weren't they a lucky lot? No! Finally, let's head back to Singapore in Southeast Asia. 2-year-old Mei Mei is an Asian small-clawed otter who's on a mad dash to complete her training for an important job. She wants to be one of Singapore Zoo's otter Binmen, putting on a performance teaching people the importance of recycling. And time isn't on Mei Mei's side. She's due to make her on-stage debut in front of a live audience tonight. Anne needs to impress everyone, especially the other otters, to be offered the job. The stakes couldn't be higher, as with the job comes acceptance into the otter family, which means the world to orphan Mei Mei. Mei Mei's thrown herself into training, but despite her enthusiasm, she's come across a huge problem. Her paws are just too small to pick up the plastic bottles which she's meant to recycle. Luckily, her foster mother and best friend Poshan has an idea. She's come up with a special training prop which might just save the day.
This string is to guide her to carry the bottle and up to the bin.
This is Mei Mei's last chance. She has to get a bottle into the bin.
Mei Mei, come, take. Mei Mei, take.
Okay,
Take, Mei Mei.
so this is it.
Mei Mei, take.
Poshan uses the string
Mei
to
Mei,
dangle the
Mei
bottle
Mei,
over the
take.
bin. All Mei Mei needs to do is push it in. Come on, Mei Mei, you can do this.
Take.
Oh my word! She's done it! I don't believe it! Oh, great work, Mei Mei! That was so good, I think we should see it again. Amazing job! This could be Maymay's day after all. So Maymay's completed her training and has earned a place in tonight's performance. If she can impress the other otters, then the job and a place in their family is hers. The evening arrives, and it's almost showtime. An expectant crowd pours in, and everyone gets into position.
Good evening. Welcome to Creation Night presentation.
Poshan gives Maymay a sneak peek at the crowd to prepare her for the biggest test of her life.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we say anything else,
From stage side, Maymay watches some of the old pro Binman otters do their thing. Look at the skill they show in getting the tin cans into the recycling bins. They make it look so easy. I can't imagine what's going through her little head at the moment. But there's no turning back because Maymay's up next.
We've got Maymay. Hello, Maymay. Hi.
There she is. There's our Maymay. If she's feeling nervous, she's showing no sign of it. She looks great out there. Oh, it's a great start. She's made it on the stage by herself. Now it's down to business. Maymay needs to pick up a bottle and put it in the bin. But just like earlier in the day, Maymay finds it impossible to get her hands around the bottle. Luckily, Poshan is standing by to give some help. This is the big moment. Can Maymay push the bottle in the bin? She's done it! Maymay's pulled it off! Oh. She's shown no fear and has put in the performance of her life. And the crowd loves it! Amazing work, Maymay! Most importantly of all, the other otters saw Maymay's performance and are very impressed. In fact, there's no doubt that Maymay's now an official otter binman and no longer an orphan. She just won a place in the best family an otter can have. Even though she's about to start a new life, she'll always have her foster mom, who tonight couldn't be any prouder.
She did it! Yay!
Congratulations, Maymay. Tonight was the night your dream came true.